to be here. It's simply completely unique. There is nothing else like it on the planet. It's all about humans. It's human stories. They're completely alone. They can't bring family, friends. There is no outside assistance. Everything that moves their boat through the water is because of the skipper. It's a completely unscripted adventure. No one knows exactly what's going to happen.
Make the entire golden globe around the world from the south to north, December 6th, 2026. Yay!
Whoop, there's me. So now I just got to get rid of that one somehow. I think we just got rid of it. Nope, we didn't. So stand by, everybody. We're going to get rid of that. And now I'm back. And look who I've got here. Here comes Pat. 3, 2, 1. Pat, g'day, mate. Oh, jeepers, how are you?
I'm great, Don. Great to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been looking forward to this conversation because I think your life is as crazy as mine, and we haven't actually spoken on video for probably a couple of years.
Probably not.
Yeah. Anyway, and before we get into this, you're going to laugh like crazy. You're back to front again. We just sorted it out a bit. Everyone that's watching is wonder what I'm talking about. You'll notice that you've got RGG instead of GGR, and the McIntyre flag's back to front, and boxes and stuff. And there's the Parkinson's down the bottom. But 5 minutes ago, we turned everything around the right way, but it's gone back. Anyway, I digress. So where are you right now, Pat?
I'm at home in my house in West Kerry, the Kingdom of Kerry, in Ballyfertard. I live in the most westerly village in Europe. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Okay. And where's the boat?
The boat is 10 miles away. It's inside in Dingle, very sheltered harbour.
Yeah.
So that's where I keep it most of the time, unless I sail to the Canaries.
Yeah. Okay. And so there's a couple of big stories here. One is that this is take 2 for you. You know, this is your second edition of the GGR, right? You were there in 22 and you sailed down and had to retire in Cape Town. So before we get into your background, who you are since being a little boy, just tell us about everything that's happened since you retired in Cape Town. You know, how you evolved and came back to be here now a few months away from doing it all again in 26.
I have moved on. The having to retire was terrible. It was one of the lowest points of my life. Really, because I had been isolated for a while, a couple of months away, out of contact, and I felt I let a lot of people down who had supported me. But I have moved on. Things happen in life, and that's it. But so sailing home, I got good news that my wife had a test for Parkinson's. I was sailing Ayrton's boat home, actually, Lazy Otter, and she has a non-aggressive form of Parkinson's, which meant that I could go again. She said she gave me her blessing. And so then I sailed home and started to prepare. Now, there was a big learning curve in the 22 race. I spent too much time sailing, not enough time preparing other things. Now, I learned a lot by the sailing. And so since then, I have been preparing in lots of different ways. This time, because I did it before, I suppose, I got huge support here at home in Ireland, and which makes my journey to the start way easier. So since I sailed home from the Canaries in sometime in April, early April actually, I have decided I'm only doing test sails, local test sails. It's all about preparing the boat now. I totally stripped the boat out, emptied everything out of it, and I'm starting to put it back together inside, just preparing. I had an awful lot of extra weight the last time, which I didn't have to carry.
Yeah. So you're very matter of fact with this, and in fact, I got to remember, you know, when we first met, a long time before 22, you bought the Saga 36, and before the race, we couldn't get you out of the boat. You were sailing the boat everywhere. You just
that was a mistake.
Doesn't matter about the weather or anything like that. You're just gone, and that was to me very obvious that you're at one with the oceans, with the sea. You know, you don't have to learn how to cope with the ocean. You were very much like Jean-Luc. You know, he was the same, and you just had to, you know, get into the race. And for a how do we put this? I'm going to say it as it is rather than be kind to an old grey-haired man like me with a grey beard and white hair and all that sort of stuff. You just went for it, in the GGR. You were just straight into it. So tell us. Let's go straight to your background. Tell us what your life was like when you were a kid, and I'll show you some of these photos. First of all, we better just explain this. I got the grandfather photo here. Hang on. So we're looking at the grandfather photo now.
I'm very proud of my latest grandchild. I had two grandchildren before, Patrick and Haley, and this is my third. That's my baby.
Okay, that's cool. So there's
yeah.
the boat. You're working pretty hard for sponsors and
they're the Silver Mines Hydro is my new sponsor. It's a green energy company. It's a hydro power, like a big battery, and they're on the boat there. The Silver Hydromen, Silver Hydromen people.
Now here's the family photo. Is that you on the right of your father there?
Yeah, that's me, just right beside him. Yeah, I wasn't his pet, but I was that day maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so that's amazing. Your father's a solo circumnavigator. That's an amazing story. I forget what photos we got here, but anyway, and this was that was the day sailing off into the distance.
That was departing one. He had 3 departs. That was in Limerick Dock, so that was probably the first time he was going to America. He sailed to America in the folk boat. I think that was that day.
Okay.
That's my mother-in-law's in the photo, and my wife, and some of my cousins and siblings. My brother Peter's in it, and his wife Marion. And
okay. So he took off solo across to America, but then he took off in the folk boat again to sail solo around the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
a similar place to me where my self-steering broke, his rudder broke, and the folk boat.
It's an epic story. So like father, like son. Is that a mirror?
Yeah, that's it. There, I only got that lately off my mother's stuff, and that when she passed. So yeah, I was about 11 or 12. I did a sailing course in Foynes Yacht Club.
Okay, I had a heron and a mirror. They're great little boats. That's where it all started, eh?
Yeah, I sailed mirrors a good bit. Yeah, then I went to 420s a bit and lasers, and yeah.
Okay, all cool. All right, and the others are just shots of your boat now, so that's cool. All right, I get rid of that. So were you a good boy at school? Like what?
No.
How was you? What happened? Describe your schooling up until high school.
Schooling, we won't go there. Yeah, but I escaped when I was 15. One of the best days of my life. Yeah, I was nearly 16 actually.
So you escaped. That was the end of your education.
Yeah, I did an apprenticeship then in my father's family furniture business, making furniture, and I stayed at making furniture then that closed after a few years. We had joined Europe, and all Europe did the world of good for Ireland and Europe. But so after I was married in 81 and 89, I think I moved here to West Kerry.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make a living at sea. So the only way I could think of it was fishing. And then I spent 20 years deep sea fishing.
Yeah, that's the amazing story. So in fact, I should add some pictures of that. But just give us a brief on the fishing and where you ended up and what you were doing. That gave you your life at sea, but it must have been tough. You make any money?
I was fishing with the Flannerys first in a boat, the Three Brothers, 80 foot, maybe 90 foot. And then I got a 65-foot Scots boat I was fishing myself. And then I finished up with the Bilga. It was 37 meters, fully shelter deck, modern, up to 16 of a crew. But I was in partnership with a fish factory, O'Cahoney's, so in that. And then I got out of that and I went back making furniture. Really, I loved it, but after years, it didn't suit family life. Put it that way. And I just decided to get out. I had got it out of my system, and I did fish lobsters locally, and that was nice. It's kind of minimum wage, but if you add up the time you put in the winter, you get a few good sales and that. But if you add it all up, but it was fantastic. I really enjoyed the lobster fishing.
So do you ever think you're going to die at any stage fishing? Because I can imagine the sort of weather you get up there. Like, you ever have a hairy moment?
Fishing, hairy moments. I was in a full hurricane just before Christmas one year in Rockall, I went up and down the west coast of Ireland, up as far as Rockall. Now, I never had a hairy moment, but in a full hurricane, you're very conscious. You're outside the helicopter range. If anyone got injured, so you're anxious
Yeah.
rather than you have to keep an eye on everything so nobody get hurt and that kind of
Okay,
thing.
so that was your working side. I can imagine what that did to you. It was all good stuff for sailing. But from the mirror, where did you get into keelboats? What happened there, or did you just decide to follow your dad, or what?
I had three long keel boats. I had a timber boat, a Morris Griffiths design boat I bought off a friend of mine around the time I got married. I had smaller boats I built myself before that, and then I had
Well,
a
they
yacht.
timber boats, timber boats and stuff. Like
The last boat I had, long keel boat, was Elizabethan 29, which was fiberglass. And I
okay,
sold that to buy a house in Limerick. My wife wanted to live beside her mother. But
okay,
I was glad to sell it. We got a good house.
yeah,
And after I went fishing, I didn't sail much. Too much for a good few years. When I was fishing, I didn't sail. And actually, that's the time my kids were young. And they did sailing courses and sailed a bit. And they can sail well, in particular, Tony. But they didn't get the same time that I didn't put time into them sailing that I will with my grandkids if I can when I get back from this.
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
cool. You must be a
but
bit
they
of a
have their
hero
own
for them.
interests. They have their own interests. Catherine, my daughter, is big into horses. She just had
The
another four
horses. Okay, yeah.
horses. No, it's like boats. They don't make any money.
No
um,
half measures. Yeah,
yeah, Tony, my eldest son, he's big into sport, golf, rugby, football, all that kind of Gaelic
yeah,
football and soccer and things. So yeah.
yeah. Okay, so where did the trigger come for the GGR? You know, going back to 22, when you finally decided to do it, what drove that? How did that connection happen?
I built a boat, a simple punt when I was 12. And I totally built it, but my father gave me advice. And I sailed that around the River Shannon behind the house where we lived. And they were good to me. They let me off. And I made a sail and put it on. It was kind of stitched together, but anyway. Um, and sailing that was the same time as the transatlantic races, the Oscar, and the same time as the Golden Globe race. But it was more the Oscar in the beginning caught my imagination. And I used to
Yeah,
imagine if I built a boat, I could sail it. No, I had neither the experience nor the money or anything. I couldn't have, but I had the dream. And after the Golden Globe race, I started to follow that fairly short. I followed Chichester big time.
yeah.
And so that dream dissipated. And when I started to follow,
This was before your father went round, right?
oh, way before, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I never knew he was going to go. He never knew I was interested in doing things like that either. But when he went, I was on his support committee, which made the Golden Globe race easier.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, because he had gone. It's not rocket science. It's just a matter of doing it, and anyone can do it. Like if
Yeah.
you want to do it, it's just a matter of deciding to do it and
Absolutely.
going down
Yeah.
the rabbit hole, and you're stuck. Yeah.
Okay, so then bring it back to present day again, where you said bugger it, or how did you hear about the 2018 race?
My brother John, who sails, he has a boat in Kilrush. There's four of us have boats, and he rang me and he just mentioned it, and I googled it, and fairly quickly, it was well before the start of the Golden Globe race in 18, but it was too late to enter anyway, and fairly quickly I went down the rabbit hole, and I decided I want to do it. I mentioned it to my wife after a while, but I had been talking a lot about it. She knew I was interested, and she said to go for it. So
Yeah.
once her blessing, yeah, that
What
was
were
it.
you thinking when we had boats sinking and masts falling over and things like that? Were you saying, "Oh, that shouldn't have happened," or what was going through your mind?
Get the right mast and get the right boat.
And the right wind vane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting, eh? Okay, so then you did get the right boat. She's a ripper. You know, I really like the Saga 36.
Well, I'm delighted there's two more in the race. I hope they all make the start because it's a class,
Absolutely.
and we have it can't be competition. We'll have something to drive us on each
Yeah,
of us.
it's fantastic because you've got Mara
And
and
three
you've
good
got I
sailors.
call him Michael Ritchie because of the connection, but it's not Michael Ritchie. I'm hung up
Andrew,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Ritchie. So three
And they're
Saga
three very
30.
good sailors. You know, the
Yeah,
three of us,
absolutely.
I think, anyway, yeah.
I couldn't agree more. It's going to be very interesting. So bit of fun.
Pressure's on.
Yeah. So I'll ask you the question: are you a cruiser, a racer, or an adventurer?
Well, I'm in it for the race, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say I know
I,
what your answer is.
I know
That's
this
right.
time it's about finishing.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
have to finish, and then the faster you can finish, the better.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. I mean, you're talking about it, not me. But you lost it because of the Aries. Do you want to explain exactly what happened? Because a lot of the people listening will be real sailors.
It
Just explain what
was,
happened.
looking back on it, it was totally my own fault. I had intended to send it to Holland to get it serviced, and I ran out of time and money. Now I got two engineers, friends of mine, to look at it, and they said it was good. And I didn't have the experience. I never took it apart properly. I went through it, but when the part that broke was simple, it was just a bearing, and the second one went because the pressure went on it, and the bevel gears started to disengage. And no, the new one that I got, I brought it home to the workshop and I fully serviced it. I went through it, and there was a few little things, and it's back on the boat. And I went for a test sail, and I'm delighted with it. Again, I had sailed home from the Canaries with it, but I
Yeah,
know exactly how to go together and come apart. I went
yeah,
to
yeah,
Amsterdam with the old one, and I got it fully serviced, and they gave me a course on them.
yeah,
So I will have two. I'll bring the old one, even though it was weight, for a spare. They told me I
yeah,
didn't need it, but if I had to leave the race for the same reason, I'd be gone to the home for the bewildered. Like I
yeah.
just,
Exactly. That's a good point too. How do you feel now? Because I know in the past, if I'm doing something, whatever it is, and you're all prepared and you're feeling really confident, but you've got to wait another week or so to the start, I get really nervous because I think what's going to go wrong. Everything. Are you going through a bit of that? Like you have done a good job of preparing. It does look organised. You got time, but what's in your
well, I didn't get that the last time. I just thought I'd never get out the gap,
yeah,
really. And I think it'll be slightly different this time. It's a different experience going the second time.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
a totally different attitude. I'm going more prepared to race. I had never sailed an ocean race like that. I sailed to Plymouth to Tenerife in a boat that was more like a trawler in a race, tall ships race in 1976. I sailed an around Ireland race. They were both crude races. There was a huge learning curve in the last one. I was quite content at sea. You get an odd lonesome moment. Listen to music triggers moments, but you're kind of wondering how the people at home are, and they're wondering how you are.
that's normal.
It's just
I mean,
nature.
I'll never forget when you came into Lanzarote at Rubicon Marina there because you had a knee the size of a football, and you were on fire. The boat just charging in around the corner, like going a million mile an hour, and you had a big grin on your face, as big as you could stick a football in your mouth.
Well, I thought that time I was in seventh.
Yeah, but you weren't.
Moore and Abelish gave their position ahead of me, and I believed them. And I
Yeah,
said, Damien shot up at the start. I thought he'd be ahead of me, and and I was in third. I was thrilled. Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
was pretty cool.
I did think I was probably sixth or seventh. So, yeah, that was a good lift. Now, I would have been better if I was in second, but anyway.
It's funny, because none of the entrants are sailing together. You don't get to sail together until the actual race is on. And I think you surprised a lot of people straight away. So it was quite a fun feeling.
Well, I made mistakes looking back on it. I was first out of Finisterre, around Finisterre, and I went, just before Finisterre, I had decided not to go close to the corner, and I went on a 5-hour tack, which was actually going away from the waypoint,
Yeah,
and mistake. And I still wound up going into Finisterre, and then I got becalmed there for 6 hours.
yeah,
And yeah, so I made another mistake later. It was a 3-hour one until I realized you have to set your waypoint and go for that far, far away from you. I hadn't done that in the beginning. You have
yeah,
to set your next. I think before I get to the Falklands, I would have about 30 waypoints. Now, it doesn't mean they could change. It just, in your mind, if I'm not sleeping every night, I'm imagining where I'll be. I look at the weather, where I'll be, where I'll be. The last 7 years, I think I did imaginary races with open CPN, and for a few years then I had 3 boats going.
Oh,
You know,
jeepers.
so they'd start a week apart, and I'd be
Yeah.
trying to get the back one to pass the front, but it was a huge learning curve because you see, now the weather pattern is never the same, but
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, the entrants have got different opinions on that. Some of them think it's a waste of time, but you know the weather up north, and you know what's going on, but you hadn't been in the Southern Ocean, and it's the same, but it's different. And I think what you've been doing every year when you do that is a huge benefit. I mean, the challenge will be that you won't necessarily get the maps like that, but you understand how it works, and it works like clockwork. Because I'm from that part of the world, and it's always northwest, rolling across the southwest. You know what's going on, and so you really just get a feel for it. And I can tell you've got a feel for it straight away.
and yeah, and in the race I won't be able to see the weather systems,
No,
but with 3 boats you could, like, are you with a depression coming, are you better to go north or south, or and nearly
yeah,
90% of the time going north was the best decision.
yeah, exactly. No, that's cool. Okay, so your navigation must be. Did you have to brush up for navigation again now? You know.
I need to. I think I took 83 sites during the Golden Globe race in 22,
Yeah.
and I was really happy. I was anxious before the race that it wouldn't be accurate enough. And when I picked up the north of Lanzarote, I went down the west coast of it. Thought I'd never fucking find the lighthouse on the bottom. I kept saying, "Where is it? Where is it?" Even though I knew where I was, lack of confidence, I suppose. But I remember I was thrilled when I saw it. If you looked at the track, I went a bit close to the island, not too close, but
Yeah.
I was looking for that lighthouse.
It's a very good landfall because it's a big sucker, eh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's obvious what it is, but every headland I came to, I said it will be next. I picked up the north of the island, but I saw no lights, no distinctive marks on the way down, just to confirm my position.
Yeah.
So, but I was really thrilled to find the lighthouse. It was a lovely sail across then because I had found the lighthouse, but the section is accurate to within a mile or less.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, so what have you changed much in the boat since the last edition? Like even from your experience going down to Cape Town and back,
I took out the stove. I took out 2 batteries. I have 4 6 volts that I will replace. I have 4 6 volt, 250 amp hour batteries. So that's actually it's 500 amp hours
Yeah,
at 12 volt, and
yeah,
I replaced those with the same. They were really good. I got a new hydro generator.
yeah,
The other one had about ocean power. I'll stick with that. The other one had about 30,000 miles, and it was still working good.
yeah.
I had a sponsor, the Ash Hotel, paid for that and imported that for me, and it just came
So what
yesterday.
did you have last time? What was the last one?
Exact same one.
Name again.
Yeah, but because it had 30,000 miles up on it, I said I'd replace it. Yeah.
30,000 miles, but you're going back and forwards, left and right, and in and out. Because it's only like, what is it, 7.5 or 8,000 down the bottom, and that back again, it's only like 15 grand. So you've done another 15.
At least before the race and since, at least, yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
I would have enough miles to get around the world.
Yeah, I know you got Rolly Tasker sales and everything, which are really good. They're tough sales and they're good people. But what's the program there? Like you had their sales in the beginning. Are you using many again, the same ones, or?
I of the 9 sails, there's 2 spinnakers I won't bring. I had 4 spinnakers in the last race, so in replacing them, I'm bringing my old mainsail, and I'm bringing my old Yankee. And when I
Yes.
get to the Southern Ocean, I have a Solent Yankee and a Genoa out front. So I'll take off the Genoa and put up the old Yankee. And I have twin poles. So the poles will be high out of the water. I can twin
Yeah.
boost
So you're
downwind.
taking a new main plus a spare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the new main has a semi big roach. So I will take that off when I get to Tristan da Cunha or somewhere. It's not a big advantage downwind, and I'll put on the old main. That's
Yeah.
my plan, but I don't always stick to my plans.
You got to find a calm day when you can afford to slow down to do it, eh?
Yeah.
I can never understand Jean Luc, and he won the race. He took like 5 sales or something, and it took bugger all, no spare anything. Main, Genoa, staysail, a couple of spinnakers, and that was it. And amazing story. Anyway, well, that's pretty cool. And so, what about you? Seem to be hung up on food in the last race going down to Cape Town. You're eating really well. You're going to do the same thing, like wet food and bits and pieces and stuff.
I have 80, I have more than I had last time. I have 80 freeze dried dinners.
Yeah,
Hopefully, I catch enough rainwater to use them up, and that's a weight decision rather than a taste decision.
yeah.
And so, yeah, I'll have similar food as the last time. I had way too much last time. But,
It
yeah.
could be famous last words. How many days are you budgeting on? Do you think?
But I'll bring about 350 worth of food days.
Oh, three. That's what you're taking this year.
Yeah.
What did you have last time?
Oh, no, sorry. 250 is it?
250. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And how much water do you carry?
I carry about 400 litres of water. I
Yeah,
carry quite a bit of lemonade and fruit juice.
yeah.
But I will also bring. Last time I had 4 bottles of beer. I had very little alcohol. Beer is a good healthy drink. I'll bring about 2 cans of beer a week.
2 cans a week. That's not bad. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just it's a good healthy drink, and it's a liquid. It's a fluid. I'll bring long life milk and fruit
yeah.
juice.
You still got the heater on board?
No, I took the fire out. Yeah, and the bag of coal. I know those
Everyone was
things.
really impressed. You were all set for the Southern Ocean. You took timber rather than coal or anything, didn't you, for the heater?
I had a bag of coal and I had a heap of timber. Yeah, and
That's when the Vendée Globe guys are looking and thinking, "Wow, got a bag of
I lit
coal."
a fire. Well, only one. But
Yeah, that's a
um, it's a comfort thing more than a
yeah,
heat thing. I have a really good suit, dry suit
yeah.
that you could sleep in a wet bunk in it. It's Gore-Tex. It breathes out, and I have my Arthur Beale clothes. They're sponsoring me clothes.
Oh, I'm
They
going to bring that up now. I know Hugh will be watching this now because he's announced it. So now we've got to focus on Arthur Beale and all the new GGR stuff.
But what I love about them, they dressed
Now, hang on a sec.
Shackleton.
Hang on a sec. Let's just start again. Hey, Pat, that's a really fine jumper you've got on there. Where
Yeah.
did that come from?
They dressed Shackleton when he went to the Antarctic.
Yeah.
And he was Irish. And Tom
Yep.
Crean, my neighbour, one of my heroes, was on it. He was Irish. And the McCarthy brother, like there was a huge Irish crew on that boat.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's a good connection with Arthur Beale and that. So, yeah, and it's
Absolutely.
fantastic. It's real good wool. And I have other stuff, socks and stuff they
I'm
sent
right
me.
with you. I knew all about Arthur Beale going back to a long time, 90 in the 80s, because I was the same way. I did 22 seasons or 20. I always lose track. 22 seasons in Antarctica, and big fan of Douglas Mawson, who took a bit of Arthur Beale stuff as well. And it was always the big deal. That's what you had. That's what they did, the mitts and the whole bit, So kind of ironic because now all of a sudden they're our partner, official partner for the GGR, apparel and clothing and all that sort of stuff. So, and the website's open today, so you can actually start ordering and buying stuff. And we'll announce it officially maybe tomorrow because I was waiting for some pictures of you in that beautiful jumper, the
Yeah.
wool jumper, So
I had
yeah,
it on. I had it on Gary Kennedy. There was a fundraising day for me up in the sailing club, and I gave a good speak about it. And yeah,
yeah,
and that went really well. Raised a good bit of money for Parkinson's Ireland.
yeah,
1,700 and 2,500 went that day to
yeah.
Parkinson's.
I've got the picture. We're going to release that when it goes with the whole thing. But anyway, this is the first time actually that people can buy merchandise online very simply. Everything's there. And anyway, another story. We'll put it out officially later. So good to see you nice and warm there, Pat. Because they helped you a bit in the 22 race, didn't they?
No,
Oh, I thought
they weren't on my radar. I didn't know of them actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So I must have, because you must have started pretty quick because it makes me think it was way back then. But anyway, yeah, good gear. Okay.
It was
Okay.
Kate Strickland who put him in touch with me
Oh,
about a
yeah.
year ago. Actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. So, okay. So what have you done to the rig this time? Have you just redo standing rigging or just you modified anything else?
New standing rig, and Jade Edwards came over. He's a fantastic rigger, and he did a good bit for me. and then he went off sailing around the world.
Yeah,
In
he
his
just finished.
yeah,
His
his back.
partner, they did a great job. That's in the. For those that don't know, Jade was the very close associate with Ian Herbert Jones.
He was his
He-
manager as well. Yeah,
yeah,
as
his
his
manager and all the rest of it. And he did, so we went through the shock of everyone when the GGR boats sail away. All the managers go into depression. Thinking, oh, they're gone. Life changes, and he was wondering what will I do next. Maybe I'll do the GGR, but he decided to do the Globe 40 instead. So Jade's a great guy. Him and his partner, they went around and did a very good job. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I put him back. Just go over everything again and sign off on the rig. I have another Lawrence Cove Marina, Steve. He did a few more bits that Jay hadn't time to do. So, but I hope to get Jay back. I haven't been onto him. I will kind of onto him during the race actually. He had, but
yeah,
he'll come over hopefully and go over everything and that's
yeah,
it.
we've been chatting, and he's planning to come across, and be there. He's figured there'll be a lot of
Well,
desperate
before
GGR
that,
skippers.
I hope to get him over to Ireland, over to Dingle before that.
Yeah, yeah, too true.
The last time he came, I wasn't here actually. I was in Glastonbury at the music festival.
Okay,
He
I
came,
think
he stayed in the boat, and he did the work for me.
he's got his feet up at the moment recovering, but he'll be there apparently. So that's kind of cool.
Glastonbury was work, in case you think I was enjoying myself.
Anyway,
I was lucky enough years ago to get in with Green Crafts and their music and arts festivals. I did a lot of festivals, and you tick the arts box. I was paid, I got expenses to go over and show people how to make furniture.
that's cool. Jeepers, you
Well,
probably make more money
well,
doing that than making furniture.
And I know it wasn't about making money. It was a busman's holiday. I'd bring all the family. I had a 20-foot box lorry and we converted it into kind of a camper. And all
Yeah.
the kids would come and we had fantastic times.
So now I've got to assume that you've done this, but you may not have because they're only little things. Where's your barometers and all your bits that you sell? Have you got one there to show everyone?
I have them out in the workshop. I'll bring one in a minute. Yeah, I have.
No, you haven't got time to disappear, but
It's just next door. Yeah.
okay, go. I'll count to 10. You got to do it within 10 seconds, right? This will be good. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, 5. Okay, otherwise I got to talk. 7, 8, 9. Ooh, you just made it. Show us your
I
craft.
said my daughter's getting it.
Delegation. I love it. Okay, so we'll have that in a minute. Okay, let's get back to business. Anti-fouling. You did okay coming down the Atlantic. You didn't have barnacles on the boat at all, eh?
I had very little and they came off. I used Sea-Jet Self Polishing 038 and I was really happy with it. Anything that was stuck to it came off. When I sailed back up, the boat was clean as a whistle. There was a few in between the rudder and the keel.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with it. I'm trying to make sure that it comes on time. I was sending emails and ringing for the last few days, the agent in Ireland.
Yeah. So
He
you're
hasn't
going
been.
to do the same again, obviously.
Yeah. I left out for the month of July and anti-foul it and do a few other jobs underneath, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope to put my skin fittings flush if possible.
Yeah. Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Well,
That's the fine detail. That's what racing people do. Oh, that looks cool. What's that? Oh, back to front. Yep.
Yeah. Ní féidir go ahrú ach is féidir na seolta ahrú. You can't change the wind, but you can alter your sails. It's Irish.
That's cool. So you, because I see you've got a whole rack. Usually, you do barometers and you do bits, and that
I'm
helps.
telling
you
you
get
about
paid.
5 or 6 left outside. If anyone wants to buy one,
Yeah.
you'll see them on my website.
I'll bring him to LSO.
Well, if I have any left, I will. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Beside me,
All right.
then I have my box of cameras
camera
from the 20. A really good box from the 22 race. I bought them off the Canadian Broadcasting Company. So I have.
So we talk a lot to entrants about GoPros and stuff, but they're GoPro 10s and they're still perfectly fine. You know, the technology. I had a discussion. I forget who I was with, and he said, "Oh, do I need to buy all the latest ones?" And I said, "What number have you got?" And he says, "Oh, he had a GoPro 11." And I said, "Look, you know when you go, yeah, it's a good system, it's perfect, But you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
and buy laundry detergent and it's new white, brighter than white, the new improved Omo or something, which is what they were saying, 30 years ago. How white can you get it? And so, yes, the GoPro 13 is technically better, but the GoPro 10 is fine. You'll get everything you need.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to seeing all that graphic footage, Pat. In fact, you did really well in that. Did you enjoy doing the filming in 22?
Filming was interesting. I did a lot of filming. I did too much, according to the people who had to edit it. But I spoke to the camera like a friend.
Yeah,
And I actually, without realizing it, I did a lot of footage. You're on your own, and a part of the coping with that is when you speak to the camera, you're kind of speaking to a person because you don't speak to anyone there. And
yeah,
we're not designed to be out of contact. The human, we're designed to be in contact with people,
yeah.
and we're social kind of. So I think I used the camera as a release for that. And I'm not a good singer. I don't sing at all, but I sang to the
Don't lie.
camera. I sang to the camera, and I didn't think they fucking used it. I didn't think that.
There's some good scenes there. I don't know whether, just to let everyone know, if you get onto the GGR YouTube channel, you'll see we did skipper profiles for the 22 entrance, the GGR 22 entrance, and we did one for you. Yours has been up. We've still got about 5 left to do, but we've left them until now, or till they're coming up shortly. But you filmed really well, and what you just described is exactly what I did in 1990 when I did the BOC challenge. You'd see something and you'd grab the camera and say, "Oh, check this out," blah blah blah, as if there's someone there. So that's exactly right, and that brings up the whole thing. We're going to announce in very soon that we are going to go with the GGR live window, by the way, and that's one of the things because the entrance will be talking to their because I know you're not going to do the live, Pat, but you'll still be talking to the camera again the same way. And the difference between that and
Hope
the
to make,
live is that the guys doing the live will still talk to the camera, but it's live this time. It's going to go to air. So,
I hope to make a documentary myself after the race, and
yeah,
that include the journey of the two races and everything. But
yeah.
the reason I didn't do it was it's time consuming if you're to do it properly, and I'm in it to race, and I felt it would take from my racing abilities.
Oh, you mean not doing the live? Yeah, 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 yeah. Totally. Yeah,
That's what the decision. I thought about it a good bit,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that's what there was a few other things, but that was the main reason. I
Yeah,
felt
no,
it.
I know where you're coming from. Yeah, some of them are not interested at all, which I totally understand. Some GGR engines don't do any social media even at all. They're just there for their own personal reasons. So it's a good mix in the fleet. It's quite cool. So okay, I'll look forward to seeing your film, Pat. It'll be good.
Well, yeah, that's just the plan.
Okay, let's just get into some word associations here. You know how this works. In fact, it's still the same list that I used 22. So
Business.
how
Well,
good's your memory? Maybe we should go snap. And when I tell you one now, you can say, "I heard that last time." Okay, you ready to go?
Yep.
Southern Ocean,
Looking forward to it.
Scream,
Film.
Suhaili,
Oh, legends. I
clean,
think of Robin. He's a legend in his own lifetime.
yep, clean sheets,
Ah, nice.
inspiration,
My father, Robin Knox Johnson, and plenty more.
hunger,
I've been lucky enough that I haven't been hungry up to this in my life.
yeah, we're the lucky ones. Sponsors,
Doing well, thank God.
overboard,
Never.
impossible,
Nothing.
weather,
Oh, we have to figure it out.
risk,
Assessment.
cold,
Well, heat is the obvious one, but yeah, no, I don't like to be cold.
knife,
Life
knife, a
or
knife,
knife.
sharp knife,
Keep sharp.
father,
Good man.
panic,
Rarely.
Jean-Luc Vandenhee,
A hero.
fear,
Rare again.
space,
Or endless.
Cape Horn,
Looking forward to getting around.
food,
Food. I'm sorted.
Bowline.
Bowline, good knot.
Help.
Help is great. People are kind.
Kirsten.
A beautiful person.
Dreams.
Love them.
Okay, that'll do. You passed that one. I'll give you an 8.5 out of 10. Just because I can't give you a 10.
I didn't come to pass, so I don't really care.
Oh, if you don't pass this, we don't need the GGR, Pat. You should know that.
Well,
by now.
okay, so.
It's in the notice
I
of
care,
race.
so sorry.
It's
I
in
care.
the notice of race, page 47. Okay. Okay. Pick a number between 1 and 20. Oh, well, sorry, 1 and 10.
1 and 10. 5, I was born in May.
5. Yeah, 5. Where did you grow up and was it happy?
Yeah, I grew up in Limerick City, and it was mostly happy. Yeah, yeah.
Why was it happy?
I came from a really loving family. Both my parents, and they were good, kind people. Yeah.
You're launching your campaign with a huge family, eh? Not only your family, but the whole bloody Irish family. How many are coming across?
About twice as many as the last time.
Oh no!
The people loved anyone that went. They loved the Sabdalan, they loved the village, they loved the whole lot, and they told all their friends. So there's huge.
Yeah. Hang on, do they know there's no village this year? There's no.
Yeah.
We've got a pavilion and stuff, and there'll be a lot of fun, and all the entrants are going to be there. So we want everyone to still come, and But anyway, that's cool. Okay, 11 to 20.
Oh, I got married on the 21st. So my wife's birthday is 19th.
19th. Where? Oh, jeez, where will home be when you finally settle down? I think we need a new question.
I think I live in the most beautiful place, so I think it'll be here. I know. Can you see out the window?
No, hang on. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's the most beautiful area. So I won't leave Ballyferter. I don't intend to anyway. So Ballyferter, yeah.
It's funny, Jane and I talk about the weather in the place you live often. So what's the temperature outside now for you reckon?
It was chilly in the workshop this morning. I'd say 8.5. But that's unusual. There's a northerly wind. Normally, in the winter, we're normally 10 degrees. The Gulf Stream keeps us warm in the winter, but we get an awful lot of wind and rain.
Yeah, because
wind and rain, yeah. If you get lost in the forest where I live, you stand up. There's no trees.
You see, but then you sail south to the Canaries, and do all your work. That was a brilliant idea because you can see the difference every time Jane and I get into good weather. We think, wow, it's so cool here, so good. It changes your life, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. All right, so 21 to 30.
21.
21
my wedding anniversary.
Oh,
21.
Okay. Jeepers, I can only just count. What are the 3 most important things in life and why?
Family.
I knew you'd
love,
say that.
Family, love, and friends. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Why love?
Sharing. Love isn't just your spouse. Love is with a lot of people. It's a funny word. It's like happiness. We all try to achieve happiness, and you don't really. You get to touch it on an odd day, and love is a bit like that. But people are so kind.
Yeah, that's cool.
I discovered that after I entered the Golden Globe race. People are so kind and nice, and
it's all about people, eh? It's not about things. But anyway, I love. Just stumbled across. I'm too busy to watch Facebook all the time, but I'm on there. And there's a segment where this guy goes to sleep. He sits next to people in the train or the bus, and he slowly goes to sleep, puts his head on the lady's shoulder, and the reactions are incredibly cool. With the complete strangers, you try to kick them off, and in the end, they sort of cuddle the guy and take selfies with him. It's very funny. Anyway, okay, I digress. Okay, we got to 21, so it must be 31 to 40.
Oh, I haven't a clue. 40.
40. It's amazing the questions that match you. You don't even know what the question is, right? This is vibe going bong. Would you rather be poor and love your job or rich and hate it?
Oh, poor and love my job. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I'll
Okay.
never be rich anyway, so that doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, you and me both. Jeepers. And don't tell Jane. 41 to 48.
45.
45. I'm getting amazed because this is it must be there must be some psychological thing about when you give people a choice, they're all coming up. This has been happening nearly every entrant. If something happened to you and you lost everything, what would you do?
Start again.
Yeah, but how?
Oh, I have my health. I've good health actually. I'm
Yeah,
on no tablets or anything, and like I have good hands. I could.
yeah,
You'd have so many options. You could go working on boats. You could go working in wood.
yeah.
It's endless. I don't know.
I'm with you. I know what you're saying. Health is everything, eh? I'm a bit like you, but anyway, I'm very lucky. Right, now, here comes the tricky ones. A letter this time between Alpha and November.
Echo.
Golf. Stranded on an island. Okay, I got to understand the question before it's there. So you're stranded on an island. Tool and water, okay. What two items would you want? So you've got tools. Oh no, that's not tool. That's meant to be an F. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'll give you the question as I read it. Stranded on an island. You've got tool and water is okay. What two items would you want? Oh, I'm not sure. This question has never come up. See, it blows my theory. I think it says, what two items would you want? What two items would you want? Okay, so that's fine. That's extra one. So you've got, and that's meant to be food, I'm sure. So you've got food and water. What two extra items would you want stranded on an island?
Company would be one, and I don't know. What else would I need? Music.
You're going to eat cold food now. Japers.
I can light a fire with twigs.
Yeah, you're not. The end of the world's coming. You're not a prepper, Pat. Otherwise, you would have said fire straight away. You know.
I can make fire with timber.
Absolutely, yeah. You
I have done it. Yeah.
I've done it plenty of times. I was a Boy Scout. Were you in Cubs or Scouts? Did you have any of that?
No, in the Glastonbury music festivals and electric picnic, there's people who teach how to light fires with timber.
Yeah, yeah, we did it. Well, I've done it a few times. The easiest way is with a bow and a hole and a V coming in on the wood.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll give you another question. Pick it because that was a boring question. Pick another, not the last one you gave me, but pick another letter between A and N.
Oh, P. P. Yeah. Pat.
P. You got to go through the alphabet.
Oh,
M N O P N O P Q.
I'll have to go earlier. Sorry. G for golf.
J. What was the
G.
last? What was the last gift you gave someone and why?
I just gave a wedding present today. They were going to a wedding on Friday, and it was a barometer and a few little other things.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now I've got to understand my own writing here. What's your most treasured possession?
Jesus. My family?
No, man.
Oh, no, they're not
Everyone knows that. What's your second most treasured possession?
Boat.
Okay. I have fun with those questions. I don't know about people think that we're bloody doing it. But anyway.
Well, my families aren't my possessions, so yeah, that was the wrong answer.
Okay. Okay, we've still got a bit of time left to go here. But tell me something you want to talk about, you know? Like, what would you like to get across?
The first thing I'd like to do is to thank the huge support I got. Like Eastway Global Forwarding, Frank McNamara, he approached me and he'd been really kind. And I love the name Eastway because I'm going Eastway around the world.
Okay.
But yeah, people like that, you know, people, the main thing is just to thank the people who have been so kind to me. And like the main sponsor, they're actually so nice. They're just so easy to deal with and people are kind. But just the main thing is to thank the people for their kindness, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bit of that. There's also a bit of you work really hard for your partners. That's for sure. You know, we see a big difference there. You know, you always look at an angle and you're always doing stories and all that sort of stuff. You know,
I have an art exhibition coming up in a few weeks,
yeah.
and the artists were really good to me. Like I did a paint, I did a bit of art during the race. I sold one of those.
I know. I saw it. It was worth about $1.50.
I know I did other ones, yeah, but and they were all worth $1.50, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I sold a lot of art, so I have another art exhibition coming up in the Honduras. It's a local heritage centre, the Glasgow Island Heritage Centre, and that went really well the last time. So I'm looking forward to that. And the artists are like myself; they're really sensible people.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about the ones at the back there behind you. Were they strategically placed? What's the story there?
No, that one is a part of a raffle. Honora O'Neill did it that will be held on the art exhibition. And that one of the chair in the Glasgow Islands, that's from the Killarney Art Gallery, that will be in the exhibition. And that's yeah.
Yeah.
There's that one over there, I painted for my wife when we got engaged and in 1979. And there's one there, my mother was an artist, did, and that's so.
Jeepers,
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I didn't realise that you'd actually been really painting and stuff.
I gave it up. I'll be selling the raffle tickets if anyone wants them.
So how do they get a raffle ticket? How do they do that?
They can Facebook me or message me or go to the website. There must be a link on my website, petlawless.irish, petlawless.com.
Okay. So what did you do with the paintings that you painted on the first leg of the race last time?
They're mostly thrown outside in the workshop. They're not great. I had one person message me, and I should have got back. I'm sorry. They asked me a few times, and I keep meaning to take a picture
Pat,
of a whole lot of them.
We need a runner. We want to get one of those paintings here now, and then you're going to have to sign it, and you're going to have to put it in the auction for the art exhibition. Someone will buy it. You know,
I put them in the raffle. I put them in the raffle.
You did put them in the raffle.
I'll see. Yeah.
Okay. All right. They're priceless.
When I was young, and then I stopped. My mother killed me, and when I entered the race, and I told her I was going to paint during the race, she was so happy I was in the race because I do art again.
Yeah.
not because I was going sailing or anything, but
all right. So what
actually art is a way during the race. It's a way of expressing your feelings and getting stuff off your mind. I think a bit. It's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, it's a very special moment when you get out there. Did I tell you I'm going to row across the Atlantic? That's another story. But I'm looking. I'm seriously looking forward to it because there is something really special when you get away from everything. You know, when you go to sea, you know the deal. You get away there and you just forget about everything else. It's actually real. You know. So anyway, I don't want to go into that, but so just let's focus on you and the 26 edition now. It is going to be different for you, right? Because you've had a false start in 22. How are you feeling? How do you keep focused? You know, what do you think? Is it? You know, just tell us a bit about that emotion now.
I'm kind of wishing my life away. The sooner the race starts, the better. I'm so looking forward to it. But it's a different preparation, different attitude. I learned a lot. I think the five of us that are back, Damien, Erton, Guy, Edward, and myself, I think we have a slight advantage, only slight, because we have been there before.
Yeah.
But it's a different experience, slightly, you know, and it's hard to express the difference, but it was all new the last time, and new is wonderful. So this time it's about finishing more so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I know when Abolish Tommy came in again and did it again in 22, and the same with Tapio to a degree. They were definitely different sailors, you know, in the first leg going down the Atlantic. Sadly, Tapio lost his boat, but yeah, it's a bit of a rerun. But boy, you'll be happy when you turn around the bottom of Africa and start heading across the Southern Ocean. That's a whole new deal. So is that exciting? You visualize that as being, boy, I can't wait to get to there.
Yeah, I get past there, and we don't go up to Cape Town, so it'll be different. I had 1,500 miles without self-steering from Tristan da Cunha over, and I got the sheet tiller working really well, and I was delighted with that. Now, I had a few days where it was more work, but well, I had 300 miles of the 1,500 where it was half working and half not, and it was helping and that. But um, when my father decided to sail to America, I was on his support committee, and I said, "You'll need to do sheet to tiller in case you have need a wind pilot." And it wasn't a flip flop; it was a wind vane one. It was a great bird downwind. So I had Elizabethan 29 that time, and I did a lot of sheet to tiller on it, so I could show him. So he had no interest in it, but I developed an interest in it. And lucky enough, when I did lose my self steering, I had a good basic knowledge of how to balance the boat and get it going and that.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
yeah, too true. So
To get past
obviously,
there, that was my only close to the Southern Ocean from Tristan da Cunha to Cape Town. And there was 4.5 meter swells, nice weather, like fair weather and that. But that was my only experience Southern Ocean, and I had no self steering. I
yeah,
did seriously consider going on that time, but after a few days, I knew I wouldn't be competitive.
yeah,
Apart from the safety aspect, when I thought about it, but apart from the safety aspect, you just wouldn't be competitive without a self steering system.
yeah, too true. So where's the obviously it's fantastic result now, getting back to the start line and being funded, having partners and family and friends behind you again. But where's the spark beyond that? Is it just to finish the race, or what are you most looking forward to? Not to get to the finish line. Something, what's drawing you in? Is it still fun, or is it like hard work?
No, it's still fun. It's the dream of trying to get around as fast as possible. It's the dream to finish, and to finish first would be the ultimate dream. Like that's what's driving me. Yeah,
Yeah. And so if you get around, succeed, get to the finish, you're the first Irishman to do a solo non-stop.
solo non-stop. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Okay, that's fun. What do you think is your biggest challenge now in the race from start to finish? Not with competitors, but just to get around.
I suppose you need a bit of luck in the Southern Ocean. No matter how well prepared you are, if you run into a serious storm, just to get through it. And so that's the challenge, to get through those if you meet them. And yeah, so like that's my biggest obstacle is the Southern Ocean storms.
Yeah. Okay. And so I know a lot of the other entrants will watch this. Most of them do. But for people, because we've got a bunch of people for 2030 already, what advice would you give a GGR sailor who's going to do the 2030 race? What would you say to him?
Oh, sail plenty, but for the last 6 9 months, try not to sail, because if one person lets you down in a list of jobs, I left stuff, too late, and things fell behind, and I was only barely getting. You run out of time. Money, you can borrow money. That money isn't going to be the issue. It's time, and so it's trying. Like this time, I had my courses done as early as possible, and so you can really concentrate on preparing. Like I had no weather facts in the last boat because I ran out of time. I didn't have time to send my areas to Holland, and
Yeah. Okay.
and I managed to sail to Iceland just before that.
Yeah. Too many things to
Yeah.
talk about. Okay. So who do you think? Because you're a racing guy, I can ask you this question: who do you think's your competition? Give me two hot
Oh,
ravens for the race.
Damien
Damien.
Top. Anyway,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
going to be hard to beat, but we all know what that means. It just means that you got to get around to the finish. So
yeah.
yeah, okay, all right. Anything you want to get across now to finish? Oh, I better go through I keep forgetting all the time. We've got quite a few comments here, I think, or say g'day. Hi, Mazfin. Pat's back. Yep, I first discovered the GGO following Pat. Oh, you got a groupie there, Pat. Thank you. Good man, Pat from Phillip. Yep. Yvonne, g'day. Pat. Yep. Evening, chaps from Thingo. No question. Great sound and perfect connection. Super interview. Pat, that's from Helen Stritch. You maybe know it. Philip and Gavin, lightning. Philip asked Pat about the time he was hit by lightning. What? No wonder you've lost a few, buddy. Tell me about it, Pat.
I had a 65-foot Scotch fishing boat, the Perspective, and 10 miles off Inishtuskirk, one of the Blasket Islands, I was struck by lightning. Now,
You or the
it was
boat was?
a timber boat, but it had total steel on the back where the trawl doors came up down into the water, and it ran down through that, but it blew every bulb in the boat. It blew everything electrical. The batteries exploded, the alternator exploded, and the engine kept going. Um,
Jeepers.
I hate lightning. It's the only thing I'm really afraid of. Going through the doldrums when the lightning is striking all around you, and that, yeah, I just love to see it going away again. It gets closer and closer, and
Gee,
yeah, I don't like lightning.
that's pretty hairy. So you got out, it didn't blow a hole, and none of the transducers popped out of the hull or anything?
No, not that time. The
No.
transducer didn't. But,
Not that time. Don't tell me it happened again.
oh, I have all my stays are earthed with good heavy wire down onto the keel bolts, and I have a cast iron keel. But I
Yeah,
think I will also bring a good heavy wire that will go from the mast, because aluminium is a good conductor, into the
yeah,
water if there's lightning around. Yeah.
yeah. Shapers, eh? I've seen the rigging glow. You know, coming up the Gulf Stream or along the America, with lightning hitting the water everywhere. I've got a slight flicker of purple light on some parts of the rigging. It was bloody, you know, hair couldn't stand up, so I didn't have enough. But anyway, well, that's a good one. Thanks for that. Who asked that? Philip Galvin must be a mate of yours.
He
Richard,
is
good to
good
be.
friend. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's my manager. Kind of.
Oh,
Yeah,
your manager. Oh, cool.
kind
I
of.
should have
Yeah, he
known.
is.
But anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
following Daniel Pinsky, good on you, Karen. Pat's really contender. Yeah, I got to say, you're right up there, Pat. So there'll be a few people hanging out on that. Yvonne, hope you, Barry, are on board with your boots, Pat. Looking forward to following progress. Question for Pat. He seems like a very sociable family man. He is. How does he manage the isolation of such an extended period at sea? I'll be cheering Pat all along. So what do you?
All the entrants are very sociable.
Yeah,
It's interesting. Yeah, you'd think it would be the other way around, but it's not. We're sociable people. And actually, one of the advantages or one of the best things about entering the Golden Globe is the fantastic friends you make. Really
yeah,
interesting, fantastic people.
yeah.
You
I
know.
agree. I agree. It's a bit of a family. You know, we used to talk about that a lot. And in fact, I'm waiting. I shouldn't talk about it, but the 22. You might have noticed. I know you didn't. Okay, I'm digging a hole now. I've got to get out of the hole. In 2018, the fleet was just amazing. You know, it was an amazing GGR family. It was the same in 22 as well, but it was different. And our gauge on that, to explain it, in 2018 we played musical chairs going around a giant GGR balloon, and every entrant was in it. 22, half of them, oh, I'm not doing that. Oh, how disgusting is that? Oh, that'd be so stupid. And we had about 12. I think you were in it.
Threw my backside into eggs anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, it was part of the deal. You know, the eggs go
It's
down.
good fun.
It's
Yeah,
tradition.
yeah.
And anyway, so only about half were proud enough to do it, which was interesting. We're going to do it again this year, so I wonder how many we'll get, Pat.
I'll have to bring my
there'll all be-
plastic pants.
Eh?
I'll have to bring my plastic pants.
Absolutely. I reckon everyone will get into it. But anyway, I digress. All right. So all very good. And I think Gunner's there. Yeah, Gunner's there. So thanks, Pat. That was always a lot of fun, as per usual. Anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, that's it.
Good. All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you very soon. So thanks for that. All right. Thanks, everybody. I think on the weekend, we're going to see Arsene, and he's got a story big time. So that's cool. All right. Thanks, Pat. We'll see you very soon. Yeah, cool. All right. I got to put this in here. There's all our entrants. I'll say goodbye to Pat. Goodbye, Pat, one more time, and I will see you again on the weekend or somewhere around about there. See you later. Bye-bye.